welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I have for you a different kind of video. It's a Christmas gift wrapping idea. It's not really gift wrapping, but it's like a gift assembly idea. So sometimes for Christmas, I know it can be overwhelming. We need to get so many presents for so many people, and sometimes budgets can literally go out of the window. So today I have for you a budget-friendly idea to make a simple gift really, really special. And it is this beautiful flower box. I've assembled it with a candle, but obviously you can replace the candle for anything you like. A lip balm that's kind of in nice packaging. A perfume would be a really good idea. You know, whatever it is that you like, anything that comes in like a box or that has a simple shape could definitely work for this present. You don't want something that's got kind of a very difficult shape to go around just because the flowers won't look so neat around it, but anything with a basic shape would look really lovely to go in the middle of this packaging. It's a very, very simple gift idea. It's so easy to assemble. It took me under 30 minutes and it's really not that expensive. The box was literally like, I think a couple of pounds, the foam was a couple of pounds, the flowers were about 10 pounds. So I think for like under kind of 20 pounds, you can have this beautiful packaging and you can make a really simple gift look really, really special. My inspiration behind this was the Balm de Rose by Terry that was packaged last year for Christmas in a special set in Harrods, and it was a box with like beautiful crystallized flowers around it and then the Balm de Rose in the middle. But this had like an insane price of something like £250, which I thought was crazy for a lip balm. But yeah, I obviously really, really liked the way it was done, and I know Jo Malone packaged their perfumes with a flower box for Mother's Day last year, I think it was. And I just thought it was so beautiful, so Pinterest friendly, that I thought I would recreate this for you guys so that you can do this for your loved ones as well. I've used fresh flowers, but you can obviously use fake flowers if you want this to last a little bit longer. The only thing with fresh flowers is it has a beautiful smell, and yeah, I just really like it. I think it's obviously really special because you've given it that personal touch. You've taken the extra effort to kind of package it, and yeah, and I think it looks really beautiful, and you can obviously keep it as a centerpiece because the box is so lovely and the flowers inside can look beautiful on anyone's kind of dressing table or center table in the living room, depending on what the gift inside is. So I hope you guys like this, and if you want to find out how I made this, do keep watching. But before that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you already haven't. I upload twice a week and I would love to have you back on the channel. Okay, so for this DIY, which is going to be a flower box with a candle in the middle, you can obviously replace this with a perfume or whatever item of your choice you have that you want to gift someone. You will need the following things: a bunch of fresh flowers, a box which is deep enough for you to put a flower that is kind of got a little bit of a stem to it. You will also need this box to be big enough to fit your gift and a set of flowers around it. A ribbon that is wide enough and it is long enough to go around the whole box and then make a bow at the front. A candle or a perfume or whatever you want to gift to your loved ones. You will need some special foam for fresh flowers, a cutter, some super glue, and some tissue paper in a color of your choice. So we're gonna get started, and like I said, you need a box. I've chosen this one, which is in blue and kind of a creamish color, but you know, you can obviously get one that suits your choice. And the most important thing with this box is it should be deep enough so that you can kind of fit a decently kind of flower with a stem, because you don't want it to be too short, otherwise it's just gonna kind of be really difficult to cut it, and also it's gonna die out really soon. So this one's kind of a nice depth, and also you want it to be big enough for you to be able to fit in the gift with some flowers around it. I've already cut my foam. Mine was actually round and I had to cut it into this square shape. It doesn't need to be perfect, obviously you can see that mine really isn't, but the main thing is it should kind of fit comfortably into the box. It's okay if it's not kind of exactly the same size, but it should be pretty much the same size. And I basically cut it with one of these cutters. This foam is really, really soft, so I kind of just dug it in and then just kind of tore off the bits that were extra. So you're going to fit this into your box. And the next step is you're going to take your gift. I have chosen a Jo Malone candle, but obviously you can choose whatever you like. This could work with a perfume, with a lip balm, anything that you like that's got kind of a fairly structured shape. I wouldn't choose something that's got kind of too many kind of ins and outs because it can be a little bit difficult, but anything that's got kind of a fairly sort of simple shape can definitely work. So what you want to do is place the candle in the middle of the foam, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with this blade and I'm going to just cut around the candle, just sort of very lightly creating the shape. And you literally just want to trace around it. And then you're going to take it off, and as you can see here, I've created the shape. And now you want to go in with your blade and just dig in a little bit deeper so that it just creates that little bit kind of a hole so that it'll fit in nicely there. So you can see it's super easy to cut through this. Now you're going to take your candle and you're going to place it again over that mark you've just created, and you want to press in really hard so that it kind of digs in into the sponge a little bit. Creating this indentation is important because this is going to stop the candle from kind of wobbling about and moving. It's kind of going to help it stay in place. Now that we've already created the indentation in the foam, I'm going to take the candle out, and then the next step is going to be to cut your flowers. I've chosen a set of fresh flowers, and they're sort of in like berry tones and whitish tones because I really like those, but obviously you can go for whatever color coordination you want. Basically, you want to take your flower and you want to put it right next to your box. And you need to make sure basically that the flower is cut to the same height as the box. And you want to remove any kind of leaves that it has so that it kind of goes in very nicely into the foam. So I'm going to do exactly that. Basically, that is the size for me. And I'm literally just going to cut all of the flowers to this size, and then I'll start assembling them in the box. Okay, so now that all my flowers have been cut to size, I'm going to put my candle back in its place, and then I'm going to start assembling the flowers around it. This foam is super soft, so you literally can just press your flowers in and they will go in beautifully. So I want to kind of spread these bigger flowers around the candle first to create like a nice sort of assembly around the candle without covering it too much. Once you've arranged the bigger flowers around the candle, you want to go in with the smaller ones and just kind of fill in the gaps. I try to put the bit larger ones around the corners because this way they don't cover up the candle too much. And then it's always helpful to keep a few leaves so that you can fill in any gaps that you can still see once you've put in all the flowers. For example, here in this corner, you can actually see like a little gap and you can see the foam. So I'm just going to go in and stick in some leaves in there just to add a little bit of green to the box. And now I'm going to take out my candle, and just so that when you take out the candle, you can't see that ugly foam. I'm going to cut one of the sheets in half because it's so large. And then I'm going to take that and cut that up in half again. And then with this bit, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of scrunch it up and just fill in the part where I had my candle and where basically now you can see the foam. So basically now when you look into the box, you can see the gold tissue paper instead of like an ugly foam gap. And now all that's left to do is pop in your candle again into where you like it placed. So now that we've got the actual main part of the box assembled, we're going to put a nice ribbon around it just so that the box looks a little bit nicer. I've bought this one which is like a whitish, creamish colour, which is quite nice. So you need to wrap it around the box just to make sure it's the right size, and then you need to cut it just so that there's a little bit left just in case you've not measured it properly. So I'm going to cut mine here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add glue onto the ribbon. You don't need to add it onto or everywhere, but basically you want to kind of put spots sort of spread out so that you can glue it around the box and it stays set. And I'm literally going to put a little bit, every sort of 10 centimeters roughly. You want to place this on the box making sure it's on the center. And don't worry, you can see the glue blobs now, but it will dry clear. And then what you want to do is put a little bit at the end just to attach that last bit onto the other side of the ribbon so that it doesn't move. Then you can just cut off the excess fabric that you've got left. Basically, with the extra bit of ribbon you have left, you want to make a bow to go on the front of the box. So I'm going to cut this sort of 2/3 and then 1/3. And with this bit, what you want to do is just fold it into the middle to create a bow. And you want to just glue it into the middle. You want to apply a small dot of glue and just glue it into the middle. Okay, now with the other bit of ribbon, you're going to do exactly the same thing, and you're going to fold both sides into the middle, and you basically want it to be a little bit smaller than the one you created before. And we're going to stick this into place as well. And then we're also going to stick it to the bow underneath. And once this is all nice and secure, you're going to take a little bit of the remaining ribbon fabric and just wrap it around the middle to create a lovely looking bow. And you basically want to secure this with glue at the back as well. Okay, and now that you've created your bow, all you want to do is stick this onto the front using a little bit of glue on the back. And you want to just stick it onto the middle in the front of the box. And there you have it. I've stuck it onto the middle, and that's it. That's your box. I think it's a lovely way to give a gift. I think it makes it so much more special, especially if you're going to be giving it to like your mum or your sister or your girlfriend. I think it makes it really special because it's something you've added your own special touch to it. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it is something really special because it's got flowers and whatever beautiful gift you've chosen to put inside, but obviously just amps up even a simple gift. You can buy a simple candle that's probably going to cost you maybe £5 or £10 in like a glass container, or a simple perfume, and you just make it so much more special by adding the flower arrangement. And all in all, this doesn't have to be very expensive. I've used a Jo Malone candle, but you can obviously use whatever you want. The box costed me, I think, around £4 or £5. The ribbon was just a couple of pounds. The flowers I got for £10, the whole bouquet, and then the spun was just about £1 or something. So yeah, so I think for a very reasonable price, you can make something really, really special to give someone you love for Christmas. Obviously, this makes it even more special because it's something you can keep for a while. You can use this as a centerpiece on your table, on your coffee table. If you take out the candle and just kind of maybe add a flower in the middle, you could actually use it as one of those boxed set of flowers, which is so on trend right now. But obviously, as a gift like this, you can even keep it like this and display it for a couple of days if you don't want to use the candle because it looks so, so beautiful. Okay everyone, well that was everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know if you try this out, and if your loved ones do like it for Christmas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!